All right, guys, welcome back. Another week has ended, so we have a couple more days until Nvidia finally reports earnings. Big events are out of the way, such as we had FOMC meeting, and today on Friday we had Jerome Powell confirm that they are going to start rating the cuts. Cutting the rates, which is at the moment, here's the probability for September. There are still 63% people thinking that there will be only one cut, and the probability of two rate cut in September meeting, which is September 18th, 36%. It's rising. So you can see 1 day ago, 1 week ago, what was the probability of Fed funds rate being from 475 to 500 basis points. So if we're going to get two more, if the probability rises, if more people bet into it, well, you might see a lot of people actually take the money from large caps a little bit. It doesn't take a lot. They might take a little bit of a profit to go and start buying beaten down small caps, a lot of mid caps as well. They're not performing as good as large cap names. And why I am bringing this up, the market capitalization of names, look at NVDA this week. So let's just take a look at it here. Here's the two largest stocks at the moment. Nvidia from top 5 moved all the way to second spot in S&P 500 to be the second highest valuable company at $3.18 trillion, and Apple is right up there, 3.44 trillion. So it takes Nvidia about 7-8% move up in the next week, if we gonna get that move, to take out Apple and to be the most valuable company. And if you are not familiar with how in general earnings play out, but before, let me just talk about this price action right here. So this week has ended. Yes, we did move on Monday a little bit higher, and then chop around Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, probably a little bit of a profit taking. Today we're right back up into this 129, 130. So that's 130, 125. This zone has been acting basically range bound area throughout this week. So what's going to happen next week? So according to option activity, so let's just switch this chart to daily chart. You can see last time we spoke about this level, that 130, yeah, that's a little bit of a resistance, 135, and then we have all-time high print of 140. But highest close on a daily chart is 135.50 for NVDA right here. So from here, these are the resistance levels, 135, 140. What is the option market according to option activity and implied volatility going into the next Wednesday, which is 28th of August after market close, Nvidia reporting its earnings? IV has gone up crazy, even higher. So if you have watched the last video, we talked about where implied volatility was 85%. Right now, it's 107. That is very, very elevated for large cap stock like Nvidia, and stock is implying plus minus $15 move going into the next week. So which means from its price, wherever we closed today, 15 points for Nvidia would be around 11.5% move to the upside, or it will be around 10% move, 11% move to the downside. So that's the range, that's what it's pricing in. But if it doesn't move at all, and if it does move less than that come next Friday, a lot of option traders who are betting net, if you're a net buyer, a naked buyer, which means you don't own the shares, you're not doing any covered calls, or you're not doing any spreads, you will most likely lose money if it doesn't move more than that. Okay, so you got to be very cautious about that part. So if we take a look at this right here, we're before that, let me just take a look at it very quickly here. Today on Friday as well, again, NVIDIA highest traded volume option stock, 4.7 million options traded, 40% puts, 60% calls. That's the ratio. Crazy milking going on with the market. Traders, all these institutional guys who are running this show that we are watching, they have been milking premiums. Okay, if you don't understand options, it's basically, consider it like insurance that expires every week, and these guys have been collecting crazy premiums every week throughout this year and last year. So here is what's going on going into the August 30th expiration. So you can see outside of the money, in the money, 317,000 calls. Outside of the money, 524,000 calls. But pay attention to the puts. There's not much in the money puts. There's only like 10% of what we have in the money calls, people going into the puts, in the money puts. And there's 561,000, pretty much similar outside of the money put volume for NVDA, with the maximum pain of being $120. So, which means there may not be too much of a bearish appetite for in the money puts being opened or even sold, because usually people sell in the money puts if they're very bullish, or they will buy it if they're very bearish, medium to longer term. So we don't see that, at least for this expiration date. But if you just take a look at the total open interest, it's very identical. Similar amount of call options we have in terms of total volume. But if you take a look at it, there's more call positioning in the money. Again, these could be sold, absolutely. And there's more outside of the money puts versus that. So very interesting week is going to unfold. But in my opinion, whatever it's going to do, I think people might, if it pops, people might use that liquidity to sell the position, take some profits, trim some position, and then go to small caps. Today, small caps outperformed everything, and Russell 2000 was up 3.2%. And we'll see what happens. But if you see that probability of 2 basis point rate cut, if it starts increasing, you might see small caps run a little bit more from here, maybe 224 for IWM next resistance, and then we have 230. But if you just take a look at the weekly chart right here, IWM hasn't done much versus large cap names. But that's the update going into the weekend and also before they report earnings. But we'll take a look at NVIDIA after they report earnings. But that's what I'm watching for this stock. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.